How about Bronny James? If there's a big imaginary bowl of crow here I'm going to be eating talking about Bronny James. But let's give him his flowers for a second because he went off on Monday for the South Bay Lakers, scored 39 points on 14 of 21 shooting. He had 50% on his three-point shots, 7 boards, had 4 assists. And this is second 30-point game in the G League. Had a 30-point game earlier in the season. And I think you're seeing the confidence completely explode for Bronny James. He had that 17-point showing a couple of games ago when it was a blowout, and you're seeing the confidence. I think the physicality, the body is just better. The conditioning is better for the people that were saying that he was dealing with, look, at a heart issue and kind of overcoming all of that and needing time to get to where he is now. All that is evident, and it almost feels to me like, one of my favorite movies is The Matrix. And remember when Morpheus is like, he's beginning to believe. Like, I think he's beginning to believe what LeBron has been saying, where LeBron's like, hey, LeBron, my son Bronny is better than half these guys in the league. I think the genes are starting to kick in. And, hey, I just want to say I'm pleading with you, LeBron James, as a father, let him cook. Let him do his thing. Right? I mean, Stephen A. Smith needs to respond in 24 hours. I don't know what he said today. And look, I mean, for me, pretend I'm the Shaq meme. Pretend I'm the Shaq meme, and I'm saying, hey, I owe you an apology, Bronny James. I wasn't familiar with your game, okay? And I'm thoroughly impressed. I find myself, after the Stephen A. Smith stuff, rooting for this kid more than I ever would have imagined. But you look at the NBA numbers, 23 games, 2.3 points, doesn't tell the full story. I think what I'm interested in seeing, we should do this after the season, if we're going to do a 2024 redraft, he at this point, I don't care if it's the 54th pick, he's going higher than the 55th pick at this point.
No question he is. To give you some of Stephen A's commentary, I know you're in Tokyo. So on
What did he say?
March 21st, he said, after one of Bronny's games, especially that 17-point performance he had against the Bucks, I've always believed that this kid has potential. Once I watched him, I knew he'd be in the NBA. I don't know how
he's moonwalking, man.
Yeah, I don't know how moonwalking. I don't know how honest that comment is, but I will say this: Bronny James is an NBA player. I think it is about. I've seen enough. I think especially. I mean, the 39 points in the G League were great, but watching him play the point guard in an NBA game, and obviously this is the G League versus the Bucks. I think he's playing against real pros. You're playing against Giannis and Kyle Kuzma and Damian Lillard. These
cross up Giannis.
Yeah. Huh?
I saw him cross up Giannis.
Yeah, crossed up Giannis. Honestly, Giannis fouled him. They didn't give him the call because he's a rookie.
He didn't want to go viral like that.
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly. But I really did enjoy watching him playing that because it shows that he's an NBA player and everybody has to, like you said, eat a little bit of crow. But you know what I wish for Bronny James watching him? He's more aggressive of a pro than he was as a high schooler. And maybe I'll blame that a bit on Sierra Canyon and maybe that system and playing around those top level recruits. But I would have loved to see Bronny James take that Elijah Arenez route and play at a public school in California and see, because this motor that I see from him, D-Mac, the aggressiveness, the shooting, still ability.
Why does he look so smooth? He looks smooth.
He looks smooth, aggressive. His IQ is high. Doesn't turn the ball over much. I mean, he's just very impressive. You could kind of see the late genetics as you were talking about. The IQ has kind of always been there, but the thing that's just surprised me, D-Mac, I wouldn't have seen this level of aggression. Like the way he's attacking the basket, just his decisiveness. I think he's a pretty solid defender too at his size. I mean, yeah, he's an NBA player.
There's this what has impressed me the most. And look, I mean, for me, it's I have some bold takes on the show for sure. Mm-hmm. I said some things about Bronny James early on in the season where I thought he was going to retire before his dad. Throw all the L's at me that you want. Trust me, I'll own it. But I will say that my takes, my opinions change based on new information and new things I see, and things that have surprised me about Bronny James is dude just doesn't give an F. He doesn't care about what the media says. He doesn't care about what social media says. I have to ask you a question. On X, is that his account? Or is it like a, you know,
Oh, the
like
Bronny one?
yeah,
No. I think that's somebody running his account.
whoever's doing that, like that's to me hilarious. Like they're kind of leaning into this whole thing, and I think for the Lakers standpoint, I mean, you look at some of this. I mean, like 80 true shooting percentage. I mean, like in a G League game at that age is extremely impressive. And look, Bronny can get you a job, or LeBron James can get you into the door.